I've had the most interesting transformation of my singing, going from this
How do I get to my heart?
to this.
Dream until your dreams come true. Dreamer, dreamer, dreamer.
Hey guys, welcome. Today we're going to talk about my singing journey, how I've improved throughout the years. I felt that would be something that you might find interesting, so I thought let's talk about it today. So I started my singing journey like 10 years ago. It happened very randomly. I really never thought of becoming a singer. It was never a passion. So I'm going to tell you about all my struggles, the things that I went through, the disappointments, the ups and downs, my journey. So let's begin. I started my journey of singing in 2014, officially. And why? Well, let me give you a backstory. I was singing just as a hobby, mostly, before that. So yeah, but in 2014, late 2014, when my voice matured, I felt like my voice was reset, almost. Because with my voice when I was younger was much higher, and all of a sudden my voice dropped. It was all of a sudden. I had no vocal range basically, and I just started singing different songs, and it wasn't very good, but I just one day I realized that I could get higher and I could reach the note that I wanted to sing, which I couldn't before. So I was very surprised and I was like, oh my god, this is I'm improving. So I was like, maybe let's give it a try. And I continued working on my voice. And same thing in 2015, I continued singing. Like the song that I loved singing the most around that time was Alone by Heart.
Till now, always got by on my arm. I never really cared until I met you. And now I choose me to double. How do I get to an on? How do I get to an on?
Well, that wasn't as good as it sounded in my head at the time. But thankfully, I did not hear this. Well, I knew I couldn't sing that well, but it's like I had hope for improving, at that time. So I continued singing and I kind of extended my vocal range a little bit. I developed an extremely high falsetto that obviously it was so out of control, had no technique. In 2016, I really got a lot into rock music. So I really started singing a lot of Led Zeppelin, my favorite band. So I, for some reason, got very obsessed with reaching high notes because my voice was so low. My voice is a bass baritone, by the way. So I was like, I want to hit higher notes. So I just decided to reach Robert Plant's high notes. Hey mama said the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. Stuff like that. It didn't sound as good as now. My voice was still in development. I was a teenager, I was like 15, 16. And it came the time that I got my first chance to meet with vocal coach, quote unquote. It wasn't an actual vocal coach, it was my music teacher at the time. And she didn't have a lot of faith in my vocal abilities. She didn't quite see the potential with me. She would even like speak behind my back that I'm pretty terrible. She wasn't a very much of an expert anyway, but you know, at the time, as a kid that, you know, was looking for support, that was not the best thing. You know, I was just making my first steps. So it was kind of a bummer. And besides, you know, I was bullied a lot in school and was bullied for everything. And kind of, by the way, singing was my kind of saving grace, and as I was finding hope and light through singing and through music in general. You know, trying to just develop with such lack of support was also kind of a challenge for me at the time. And it came the day that I got to go on stage for the first time. That was like in March 2017. I was 15 years old. I'm gonna show you footage of it even. I sang Hallelujah. And basically that was a very like exciting moment for me because everybody was kind of doubting me for my class, you know. As I said, I was bullied a lot and everybody would just assume the worst of just because it's a long story. I probably another video. But I got there and I got my first ovation. Like, it was so exciting. So happy. So happy that I got someone to cheer me up. And then I started performing on different occasions till 2019, kind of while I was still in school. And then, you know, COVID happened and then I stopped, but I continued working. And in 2018, I got the first chance to go and meet with a real vocal coach that started coaching me. But here's the plot twist. I didn't get accepted into that vocal academy in my hometown right away. I said I started in 2018, but I went there the year prior and I didn't get accepted. And I thought that I should give it another chance a year after because I wanted so much somebody to help me and support me. I just didn't give up. So they were full. The vocal coach couldn't take more students, and I was also older, so she was more like betting on younger students, like 6 to 7. Again, in 2017, I was like left with no one to rely on. So I started my journey in 2018, late 2018, with that new vocal coach. And so I finally started developing some form of a vocal technique, proper breathing. I started getting more, you know, appearances on stage. So I got to practice my stage presence and performing skills more. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get in touch with the audience, you know, that's what I wanted, you know.
And then a hero comes along with a thread to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, 'cause you know you can't survive.
That's what was happening from 2018 to 2019, late 2019. So 2020 comes, I continue taking lessons obviously, but appearances stopped. And then of course I graduated from high school, thankfully, to my relief. And then I got into college. I'm a psychologist, so I just graduated from college. So I moved out for the first time to study in another bigger city, and I got like new beginnings for myself. So it was time to find another vocal coach, and I obviously continued working on my vocals and stuff. But that's what I thought. The thing was, it was COVID, and we went to college for 2 weeks and they sent us back home. And we went online, so I had to go back to my hometown. So, I was again on my own, working on myself. But, I continued working on myself. I was occasionally uploading covers online, I also started writing my own music in late 2020 and producing my own demos. Probably would release this one day. So here is how I sounded in late 2020, early 2021.
As a hero, if you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you have. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away.
So I found finally in late 2021, I started finding my own singing voice. Finally, it started sounding for sure more professional.
I wonder. Right before I close my eyes, the only thing that's on my mind, been dreaming that you really do. I wonder what it's like to be loved by you. Yeah.
And after so many years, I started being able to reach higher notes and stuff. Just cool stuff. After, I forgot to mention, my first music teacher from high school told me to never sing high notes. She didn't like me at all. So in 2021, I found a new vocal academy. So I met with a new vocal coach. Actually, there were a few vocal coaches in that vocal academy. So they were, because they had more students, so they needed more people. And then again, I started performing on stage, so that was pretty cool. Until 2022, in June 2022, all of a sudden, they told me at first I was going to appear at the jazz festival. And then I'm coming for a lesson one day. They tell me you're not going to be a part of it anymore because you didn't come last week. You never told me I was going to come. What? And I was very disappointed from that because I was really looking forward to that. And there were other things that were happening at that time, so I was kind of in a tense relationship with the people, and the keyboardist there, because they also had a keyboardist, was very mean to me. I was also taking piano lessons with him, and he told me some insulting stuff while I was a beginner, because I also wanted to learn the piano. So that's another journey itself, how I learned to play the piano too. Thankfully, I found a better music teacher, and now I can play pretty well. I improved a lot for the last year. So, my whole music journey has been disappointments and people bringing me down. But, I just never gave up, and I continued just practicing every day. In the beginning, actually, I would sing 5 to 6 hours a day. I kid you not. I was that determined to improve because I was actually such an amateur. But, my passion led me to where I am right now, and I couldn't be more grateful. So afterwards, after I left, I continued singing. Then 2023 comes and I found a new vocal coach. That was like for the shortest period. And that was like the most prestigious one that I found. I taught at the time. I couldn't be more wrong, to be honest. And I'll tell you why right now. So I auditioned, the woman there liked me. But then she said that she doesn't have any free spots, so she would, transfer me to another vocal coach. I met with that vocal coach. In the beginning, things were going very smooth. He also participated in TV formats and stuff. And, he had a name. But, for some reason, I just wanted to express my own authenticity while singing. And he just wanted me just to not reflect things through my own prism, but only through his, which was kind of, not what I liked personally. Because, you can have your own vocal technique, but this doesn't mean you shouldn't have your own vocal style. So our relationship got a little tense pretty quickly, just in the span of like 6 months. And when we parted our ways in April of this year. And it was so funny how it happened. I thought things were going better because oh my God, things take time. Obviously I said 6 months, but I missed 2 months with him, or 2.5. Basically I only had about 8 to 9 lessons with him. So basically with 8 to 9 lessons, it doesn't work that fast, because I obviously had experience with other vocal coaches with different approaches. So, and obviously I already had training, so it's not like I would just change my whole singing style for you, but more like I'll maybe just to get more from you so I can, enrich myself. But that wasn't, and for some reason, one day we would just warm up and we were doing a falsetto warm up. I just a little bit failed because I was still warming up. And he would say, I think that's enough. And I'm like, what happened? Obviously things are not going to work out. And I'm like, why? What's going on? And I thought things are going good. I think it just takes time. I'm not going to take that time. I already explained to you. And he just literally, he stood up by the door and he just pointed the door to me. He opened it for me and he pointed it to me goodbye. Wow, thank you. Again on my own, I guess, in my singing journey. So I left and continued singing. And here we are today. This is how I sound now. I just wanna be part of it. Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the we only getting older, baby. And I've been thinking about you lately. Does it ever drive you crazy? Just how fast the night changes. 'Cause you and I must say that from all the experience I've got throughout the years, I can only say that trust yourself and your own journey. It's all up to you if you want to do it. It doesn't matter if they would say you cannot reach high notes. See, I got to sing high notes. And I'm a bass baritone, which is a lower type of voice. They'll just point the door to me and say, get out. Just as late as this year. They would say all kinds of stuff. They used to make fun of me for wanting to do something more. They would just do things to me too, back in high school. But that didn't stop me. Neither it should stop you, because if you have that vision that you want to do something, I encourage you to do it, because you don't know how far it's going to take you. But I can tell you that just having this ability to play the piano, to sing, to make songs, it's the best feeling in the world. And it's something that's like a gift inside of me that I cultivated. That potential I knew I got throughout the whole time. And then I'm going to continue developing, because you never stop developing, you never stop learning. So you make sure you always keep going. And I hope you took all the lessons from my story. Just know that even if people doubt you, that's when you should start doubting yourself less, because you need yourself more than ever. You should look within when the outside is not giving, just not giving you the love, it's not giving you the support. Just make sure you support yourself. It doesn't matter how far you're going to go. It's important that you're making a step forward. And I hope you found something meaningful from this video, because I hope everyone that this video reaches will find something that you'll find meaningful. So that's the story. I hope you enjoyed this video. And till next time, make sure you subscribe. Comment if you'd like to hear more stories like this. Make sure you leave it down in the comments. Thank you. Bye.